I sure hope the Stinkies are able to work out their issues.
Not me! Watching them argue is like dinner theater, only without the...
Sweet mother of Watson and Crick gallivanting with Rosalind Franklin on a spiral staircase. Max?
Yeah?
I think we found the source of the simulacra.
Doppelgangers.
Whatever.
Clone complete.
What the heck is Girl Stinky doing down here? Toys, toys, toys. Toys, toys, toys. That's strange. Wow.
By my reckoning, this cavern is deeper than Sean Penn, but shallower than Bono.
I don't know what that is, but it must be important.
How can you tell?
It's in the middle of the room. Diabolical masterminds always put their important stuff in the middle of the room. I don't know what that is, but it must be important. There's probably a way to make this microphone work for us, but how?
Is that a coffee mug?
Yes, and unless my rarely utilized razor-sharp senses are wrong, it's full of herbal tea.
Ugh, what kind of laid-back monster sips soothing tea from faraway places while commanding armies of Sam clones?
I wonder what that glowing hand does.
You have what you want. Now give them the air.
Max, look! Bosco Tech Clone Pod. This clone pod was manufactured by Mama Bosco.
We probably should have guessed by the hot pants they're wearing. Mama sure does love a nicely turned Samgam.
If Mama Bosco's the one controlling these clones, she's got a lot of explaining to do.
Clone facility systems nominal. Awaiting further instructions.
I bet those tubes filled with slimy, viscous liquid carry DNA samples to all the cloning pods.
Ah, so that's how babies are made. You were right, Sam. It is icky, expensive, and mechanical.
Property of Hoover Dam.
The ghost of J. Edgar Hoover is raising an unholy army of sexually provocative Sam clones!
Good theory. Wrong Hoover. Clone cooker DNA input receptacle. Whoa!
Yikes!
Looks like our mysterious clone master doesn't want anyone messing with their cloning recipe.
Neat. Unexplained wriggly things.
Don't get too close, Max. They may look silly, but those tentacles are oozing with painful eldritch magics.
That must be serious. You almost never use magics with a K.
Paperweight conjured a bunch of these things back at the museum. He must be involved somehow. These microwaves aren't working.
Some Nimrod probably blew the fuse when he tried to zap his leftover casserole and cup-o-bisque in 2 different microwaves at the same time. We're in the middle of an energy crisis, people!
Nice kitchenette.
You gotta love a mastermind who keeps the coffee flowing.
Cloning facility status.
Huh. You'd think a multi-bazillion-dollar facility like this could afford something a little snazzier than a chintzy scrolly sign. What is it?
A fog machine? A rubber costume? Some more AV equipment like we found back in the subway?
Freaky. Anything useful?
Nope.
In the unlikely
Extra virgin protein fluid. They're empty.
Yeah, that's what... as the bishop once... You know what's the... I got nothing.
Look, Max. Free health, ammo, cupcakes, clues, and enlightenment. Oh, wait. It's empty. I wonder what's down this tunnel.
There's only 5 or 6 ways to find out.
Well, let's take the one that doesn't involve explosives or time travel.
Spoil sport.
Well, here we are, back in the Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look, Paperweight's office. Maybe he can tell us what's going on with all these SAMs. A trash can.
My psychic clue sense is tingling.
No, I can't stand looking at you when you dig through garbage.
No time to indulge your delicate sensibilities, Sam. Look!
What is it?
Hey, I just find the clues. And besides, I seem to have temporarily lost my ability to read.
A disturbing side effect of your psychic abilities?
Nah, I just can't be bothered.
It's a letter from our old pal Sal, resigning from his job at the museum.
Should a 6-foot-tall cockroach really be putting himself out on the job market in this economy?
Maybe we should ask him. He left a forwarding number.
Sweet!
Well, there's Sal.
And a bunch of doppelgangers.
Let those Sams show more respect for our car than we do.
Well, that was awfully convenient. Sam?
It's a good thing the city defiantly keeps a few of these antiques around so that people can anonymously make crank calls and threaten public officials. We better not go out there. The city's crawling with clones.
More like jiggling and waddling.
Corpulent dogmen swarm city.
Corpulent? The nerve!
I know.
Doughy would have allowed them to use a larger typeface and been alliterative to boot.
Is it me, or does Lady Liberty look a little off?
I'm sure she's had some work done, but come on! What 230-year-old public figure hasn't had a butt tuck or two?
Hey, look, Max. It's our old friend Charlie Hotep.
Ah, get it away! Get it away!
Come on, Max. He'll give you cool ventriloquism powers, just like your great-grandpa Maximus had in olden times.
Fine, I'll do it for the powers. But for the record, I want to make it clear that I find Charlie Hotep, like all ventriloquist dummies, completely creepy and disgusting.
So are you, but you don't see me getting skittish about it.
Talk!
Grandfather, will you please tell this booze-soaked gumshoe to get out of our diner?
Just answer the man's questions so I can get on with my pathetic excuse for a life.
Hey, Flint, what's shaking?
Hiya, boys! Just putting the finishing touches on this whole girl stinky caper.
Really?
Well, no. But Grandpa Stinky's gonna stop paying me if I don't wrap this case up tonight, so I'm kind of winging it here.
I've had you on retainer for months, and you didn't even know she'd installed not one, but two secret tunnels under my diner!
Mind if we kibitz in your interrogation?
Be my guest, boys. I'm hitting a brick wall with Miss Motormouth here. See? Now, where were we? Oh, yeah! Who's this Mr. S mug? And what are the two of you planning to do to Grandpa Stinky?
That kind of talk makes Mr. Shooty angry, sister.
Stinky didn't say anything, Sam.
See what I'm working with here?
Maybe she doesn't know how these hard-boiled interrogations are supposed to work.
I think you're right, Max. Let's show her how it's done. I'll be Flint, and you be Stinky.
Fine, but if I get typecast, you're getting a nasty call from my agent.
All right, sister. What's the deal with all your secret tunnels?
Secret tunnels? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You filthy, rotten liar. We know all about the secret cloning facility at the end of your secret tunnel. So spill!
Cloning facility? What are you talking about?
No, that's his line.
Come on, Stinky. Don't pretend you don't know anything about the massive Sam cooking machines we found at the end of your secret tunnel.
Get out of my way!
Not so fast, Dollface. You're not going anywhere until you answer some questions.
Fine, fire away. Anything to get me out of this madhouse.
Okay then, from the top. Who's this Mr. S mug? And what are the two of you planning to do to Grandpa Stinky?
Mr. S is Sam. We were planning Grandpa Stinky's surprise birthday party.
What the what now?
You heard me. Mr. S is Sam. The two of us were planning Grandpa Stinky's surprise birthday party.
You lousy liar! My birthday isn't for another 5 months!
That's why it was going to be such a surprise.
Is this true, Sam?
It sure is. She'd already ordered your favorite cake.
I did. Oh, I mean, that's right, I did.
A cake, eh? Well, I'll tell you what. If you and Sam can cough up my favourite cake, I'll send Mr. Paper home. Until then, you're not going anywhere, granddaughter.
I can't believe you and Stinky were planning a party and you didn't ask me to help. I love licking envelopes and cooking up embarrassing party games.
Don't be a dolt, Max. This whole party thing is just another brick in Stinky's mountain of lies. But if we cover for her, maybe Flint will let her go, and she can lead us to her mysterious Mr. S and the mastermind behind these rakishly handsome Sam clones.
Sounds convoluted and absurd. I like it.
All we have to do now is find Grandpa Stinky's favorite cake.
childhood in Brighton.
Max, no!
Sorry. Arr! Who stole me pot of gold?
So, Grandpa Stinky's an Irish pirate now?
I'm not so good with accents. A skirt story was flimsier than a soggy sheet of one-ply toilet paper, and twice as smelly. I should do that more often. It's fun! Oh look, it's my best friends. Sabatini and Masuvius. Making up names is harder than it looks. Toys! Toys! And maybe a grande burrito!
The dame was a symphony of ice and sarcasm, and I was the out-of-tune sax player trying to horn in on her action. The rabbit listened to the music and wondered if he tuned into the wrong station.
Wow, Flint even thinks in barely applicable metaphors.
Shaka, his mind blown.
I can't believe I need Flomo and the Bean to get me out of here.
And I can't believe that Stinky keeps coming up with insulting nicknames for us in her head!
A party? A likely story. Still, it'd be nice to get a slice of upside-down Uzbekian blood cake surprise.
It's locked.
Yeah, but at least there aren't a bicycle of eldritch tentacles guarding it anymore.
I don't think bicycle is the group word for tentacles, Max.
Castellino! Wait, you fool! Oh, sorry. Oh, it's you.
We've got some questions.
Dr. Norrington and I could not give 3 rotten figs for your questions. We've got important work to do. Good day.
But
I said good day, sir.
Well, I never.
No! Let's see. Foot, snake, squeakle squeakle, bird. Done!
We probably should have guessed that one. Still remember the code?
I'll have you know I've got a mind like a steel tramp.
Trap.
Really? Huh. A steel tramp would be a lot more fun in a bum fight. Don't look at me!
Oh, come on. You're not that ugly.
You don't understand. Human minds aren't equipped to comprehend.
Hey, Sam, there's a guy in here!
I'm impressed. Most humans are driven incurably insane by the mere glimpse of my unspeakable visage.
Yeah, well, no offense, but we get more unspeakable visages in our convention swag.
So you're the mysterious Dr. Norrington?
I am known by many names. Among them, Yog-Sothoth, Elder Fiend of the Dark Dimension.
I'm so surprised.
Shocking, true, but not nearly as shocking as the horrific truths I suspect I must now reveal.
Hold the phone. You're Yog-Sothoth, the world-shattering elder god?
You look like something my non-existent cat coughed up.
Curb your tongue, rabbit.
No, Paperweight, the Naked One is right. This debased form is a pathetic shadow of my former glory. Long before the dawn of man, my kind was sovereign over this dimension and countless others. We welcome the development of sentient life, drinking deeply
me.
from your bottomless wellsprings of terror, and also your succulent hairy flesh.
Ew.
For untold eons, we lapped at the perpetual buffet of your horror and worship. until powerful forces rally to drive us back to the Dark Dimension.
Forces?
Primitive hybrids somehow impervious to our powers. You know them as mole men.
Get out of here!
Yes, that's exactly what they ordered us to do.
You know, it's a lot harder to take you prehistoric elder gods seriously, now that I know you were banished by a bunch of mole men.
Scoff if you must, but the mole people were much more powerful before they were genetically marginalized by the cruel twists of evolution.
Just like Uncle Billy.
So, should I call you Yog-Sothoth or Norrington?
Call me Dr. Norrington. When uttered by your mortal tongues, my true name sounds disturbingly like our term for number 2.
You should hear him say nuclear.
So how did gigantic behemoth of an elder god like you get stuck in Panty Waste anyway?
Paperweight!
Silence! Several decades ago, Monsieur Paperweight foolishly attempted to summon me to this plane of existence.
Yeah, we may have heard something about that.
Paperweight's infantile conjurings were doomed to failure, but the uncanny power of your grandsire's brain somehow managed to extrude an infinitesimally tiny fraction of my essence into this dimension. It became fused with Paperweight's unsettlingly hairless and ladylike torso.
We've spent the better part of a century trying to retrieve the toy box and send the great Yog-Sothoth home.
And we would have succeeded last night if you hadn't lost your temper over that slobbering space ape.
Sorry about that. You and Paperweight seem to know a lot about that devil's toy box that everybody keeps stealing.
The devil's toy box. Ha! You should be so lucky.
What are you talking about?
The toy box is of a power far greater than that of your primitive gods and devils. It is the property of my grandson, Junior.
Junior?
Yes, Junior, the youngest and most horrible of the elder gods. His birthing wail shattered the supercontinent of Pangea. His first steps sunk the proto-civilizations of Subarctica.
Junior?
In an effort to stop my rampaging grandchild from destroying the Omniverse, I brought many of my precious childhood keepsakes over from the Dark Dimension to keep Junior distracted and entertained, as well as a box to contain their frightening power.
Junior?
Unfortunately, when the elder gods were banished to the Dark Dimension, Junior's toy box was lost during the move. And in the millennia since, he just will not stop whining about it.
Junior?
It's a lot scarier if you've got the requisite complement of larynxes to pronounce it correctly.
So why have the 1.5 of you been trying to get your hands on the toy box all these years?
To destroy it!
But why? It's got all those cool toys that make my brain tingle and my ears all fuzzy.
The toys of power were never meant for mortal hands. For the sake of all that exists, they must be returned to the toy box and annihilated.
You're not gonna take my toys, are you?
Not yet. Your chaotic mastery of the toys of power may yet prove useful in defeating the master of these blasphemous portly canines.
What do you have to say about all those creepy tentacles we found in the cloning chamber?
Tentacles?
Yeah, like the ones your boy Paperweight summoned in the museum last night.
Cthulhu's wattle!
Ooh, I'm using that.
Only one such as myself can summon the Cilia of Torment. Whoever's controlling your clones must be awash in the forces of the Dark Dimension.
Did you really just say awash?
The only thing that can properly vanquish matter from the Dark Dimension is the Chthonic Destroyer.
What's the Chthonic Destroyer?
Is it pointy?
The Chthonic Destroyer is the ultimate psychic toy. A weapon so terrible that it was once used to drive the Elder Gods themselves back to their home in the Dark Dimension.
Ah, look, that mole man is smiting an army.
Mind if we hold on to this?
Sam's got a thing for illuminated manuscripts.
If it will help you find the Chthonic Destroyer, yes, of course.
Thanks. I'll try to keep Max from drawing dirty pictures in the margins. Can the Destroyer be used against those tentacles?
The Destroyer is proof against anything from the Dark Dimension. Me, the tentacles, the toy box.
Sam, we gotta get one of these things.
You'll have to find the hidden giggling realm of skittering ingestion if you wish to find the Destroyer.
Do you know anything about all these handsome brutes that are stealing toys throughout the city?
The clones are meaningless.
And chubby.
Hey!
But if they are truly stealing toys, then their master may be attempting to gather a complete collection of the toys of power.
Collect all 1,024. Impress your friends.
And destroy the entirety of existence as we know it. You've already borne witness to the damage that can be wrought when the Devil's Toy Box is mostly full. If the box is completely engorged, its power will tear down the walls of reality itself.
So, aside from tearing apart reality, anything else you think we should know about the Plague of Me?
Only that they should seriously consider a gym membership.
Stay put. We'll probably have more questions later.
Your kind always does.
Beastly.
Actually, the great horned Wallitaker was a rather gentle creature, subsisting primarily on palm fronds and snot.
For the love of me, could you just turn it off for one single solitary minute?
Sorry.
Who knows what sorts of ancient gimcracks and gewgaws lurk in those boxes?
Well, I'm not opening them to find out. Do you know how hard it is to get Guga juice out of my fur?
Paperweight must have used this antique privacy screen to help protect his horrible squiddy secret all these years.
We also used it to perform psyche-destroying shadow puppet shows for the kiddies.
Hey Max, could you spare a few seconds to memorize Paperweight's phone number?
Okay, but my brain's getting awfully full. I might lose a few chapters of my poignant Inuit coming-of-age novel.
The trials of Kennelik the Awkward will have to wait for another day, little buddy. The only person I want to call now is my shrink, and she's still on her honeymoon. Hey Yagi, what's this map all about anyway?
Paperweight and I have been attempting to locate spots where the membranes between our worlds are the weakest, so that I can be sent home with as little fuss as possible.
That's awfully polite for an elder god who savors the taste of human misery.
Age has mellowed me.
Apparently, Paperweight's never heard of the Dewey Decimal System.
Or dust rags!
Aside from the troubling tentacle face, old Yagi cut quite the figure back in the day.
Although the Egyptians possessed a limited ability to imagine my true form, they were spot on in their rendering of my six-pack abs and rippling pecs.
Ah, cripes. A bunch of Sam clones are ghost riding the DeSoto out in the parking lot.
When were they cloned? 2005?
Hey Max, take a look. The clones are changing all the DeSoto's presets to public radio.
No!
Cease your intrusions into my host's mind. Gaze not into the mind of an elder god, insect.
Ooh, I'm a scary sorcerer with a squid in my belly. Fear me.
What a horrid impersonation.
I see you have acquired Charlie Hotep.
Yeah, creepy little thing, ain't he?
Oh my, yes. I don't even know why I brought him over. Junior hated him, played with him for about 10 minutes, then tossed him aside like a used snot rag.
That's kinda sad.
The elder gods are beyond your mortal concepts of sentiment. They do not...
Give it a rest.
I'm an elder god, blah blah blah. Everyone listen to me.